Welcome back to the 801 Diaries podcast. I'm Emily.
And I'm Abby.
Abby, how are you today? How's your week been?
I'm good. It was good. How about you?
It's been a good week. It's been a slower week, which has been nice. The weekend for sure picked up and has been crazy busy, but um, the week itself was actually really kind of chill, which was
Good.
awesome. So,
That's good. What have you been up to this weekend?
so this weekend, my roommate's sister graduated from her master's program, so she had like a party for that, and so that was a lot of fun. So we like went to sauna and had a lot of food and stuff, and that was just a lot of fun. And then yesterday, my roommate and I we had our housewarming party. And so we invited a bunch of people. I baked all day yesterday and cooked, and it was just a lot of fun. And yeah, and then it's just been a chill day here now. So
Fun.
yeah,
Very, very
it's been a
fun.
good yeah, it's been a good
Yeah.
time. How about you, Abby? Tell me about your week.
Well, the continuation of the car troubles continues.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about this.
So last we picked off, I had had one rock chip and I was going to take in my car.
Hmm.
So the very next day, I get another rock chip, giant rock chip, bigger than the last, which I didn't know was possible because that
Oh my
first one
goodness.
was really big. So if you're counting, I got two rock chips in 3 days. So I go and get that filled the next day. And then I take in my car the next day to get the bumper fixed. And I specifically took it in this day so that I would have it back before the weekend. Guess who still doesn't have her car back?
You don't have a car?
No.
You still don't have
So
it.
I called them and they're like, "Yeah, we just finished getting the paint ready, so it should be done by Monday." And I'm like, "Bro, I was supposed to have it back by Friday." So
Yeah.
still just
Are you
chilling.
using my car right now?
Yeah.
Okay. I
So
was
I
like,
do have a car. I just don't have my car, and I want my car.
I get it.
So
I
hopefully
get
I
it.
can get it back Monday, and then everything
Doesn't sound
will be
promising though.
as it is, as it should be.
Yeah. Yeah, I know for sure. That's crazy, dude.
I know. So that's been the week in car problems. But I had a fun weekend.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, our washer isn't working at the house. It's the like liner thing for the like at the door, that's the
Uh-huh.
sealer thing has this huge tear in it.
Oh no.
So it like flooded the whole laundry room. It was really bad.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, so we don't have a washer and dryer that works right now because our parents are on vacation and Timo's gonna help me fix it. So we're waiting until he gets back. So me and Maddie went over to my parents' house to have a laundry party, basically, where we were doing
Okay,
laundry there.
I saw that Maddie was over at
hmm
mom and dad's and I was curious about what was going on. I was like, why
We
are they
were
just
having
hanging out?
we were having a laundry party. So we were both doing our
Amazing.
laundry. And so we were just kind of, sitting there talking and like we turned on the TV to turn something on. And we were kind of scrolling through it and I was telling her about how I've had this like recent like true crime obsession, which is very out of character for
You
me.
have, and you haven't
No.
told me about this?
Well, this has been like the last 2 weeks. It hasn't been that long. It's been like 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I've kind of been into like serial killers, which is not like is really out of character for me. That's not my
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah. Like we need to tell people. Like I love true crime. Like that's one of my favorite genres of content to consume. And I like don't have anyone to talk about it with because Abby hates it and like
Yeah.
doesn't ever want to talk about it and
hmm
doesn't know what's going on in the world of true crime. So this is like a very large development.
Well, it's really just the like old mainstream stuff. So nothing
Okay.
really exciting. But I watched the Conversations with a Killer, the Ted Bundy tapes. I watched those like 2 weeks ago, which I think
Yeah.
I'd seen before, but I can't remember.
Okay.
So I watched that one. Then I watched the Jeffrey Dahmer one, the Conversations with a Killer, the
Not the
Jeffrey
Evan
Dahmer
Peters
one.
one.
No, I want to watch that, but I have to work up to that. Sounds
Yeah.
supposed to be really spooky. But
Yeah.
and then I watched something about the Night Stalker and something about Son of Sam. So
Okay. She's in a true
I've
crime
been
era.
watching these. And so I was telling Maddie about this while we were at the house. And then like we're just scrolling through Netflix and we passed the Ted Bundy one and I was like, "Oh, that's the one I was talking about." And I keep going and then we can't find anything to watch. So Maddie goes, let's just watch the Ted Cruz one. And I'm like, and then we just bust up laughing. I'm like, you mean Ted Bundy? It was so funny.
Well, isn't there like a thing like his dad is Golden State Killer or something?
Well,
Like
no, people think he's the Zodiac killer.
that was it.
Yeah.
That
So
was
it
it.
was really funny. We've been cracking up about that all day. But so we watched the entirety of the Ted Bundy tapes
In
during
one
our
sitting.
during our laundry party, which is only like it's like 4 episodes. They're each like an hour long, so it's like 4 hours.
But
Which
it's like a lot of heavy content
yeah,
to consume
so
in one sitting.
yeah, so we watched that and that we were cracking up that we watched all of them. But and then Saturday we went to Lagoon. So it's Frightmares right now, so we went to Lagoon and our little brother came with us. So we were just having a good time at Lagoon. And then we were like in line at Cannibal because the it was really busy. So lines were long. But we were in line
Mhm.
and we were just talking. We're like, we should watch a scary movie tonight because we watched the Ted Bundy tapes yesterday and we should watch a scary movie tonight. And so then we're like, okay, like well, because Maddie's never seen like any of the like actually scary movies, like
Yeah.
the R-rated ones. And so we were like, I was like, oh, there's a couple of them that are really good. We were gonna watch The Sinister, I think is what it's called. Adam wanted to watch that one, but it was only on Max or something. We don't have Max. So we're
Mm.
like, well, we'll just scroll through Netflix, see what we can find.
Yeah.
So we were scrolling through Netflix, and when we were scrolling through Netflix on Friday to figure out what to watch during the laundry party, we passed The Conjuring, and I've seen The Conjuring before, and Adam's seen The Conjuring before. And I always heard it was like the scariest movie. Like it's only rated R because it's so scary, kind of the thing.
Okay.
And when I saw it, I did not think it was that scary. Like I thought it was scary for sure, but like not like that scary. So we're
Okay.
like, well, this one will be like a good one to ease into, kind of a thing. We watched it. Oh my gosh. It was so scary. I don't know what version I watched last time. This time it was so scary. It was
Really
so scary. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And it was good. Like
good.
it was really good, but it was
Good.
very spooky. It was very, very spooky.
It sounds like it. Sounds very Spook City.
But that's perfect because it is now officially spook season.
It is spook season. I am
Woo!
so excited for spook season. I'm just like so hyped. Like it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal here in Finland. So I keep telling everybody that my goal is to bring American Halloween and the vibes of American Halloween to Finland. Like that is my goal of the season because I am so stoked. And like I hate being scared, but I just love the vibes of spook season. Like it's so
I
fun.
love being scared. I
But I
love,
hate
love,
being
love
scared.
being scared.
So
Well, don't
whatever.
watch The Conjuring because it is actually very scary.
You know, I wasn't going
It
to.
actually was very scary.
Yeah, there's very few I'll actually watch, but so we won't be doing that for our scary movie review that we need to do this month. So
Yes. Well, most scary movie reviews I've already seen.
that's
Like most scary
true.
movies I've already seen. So it's just you that has to watch them.
I know,
And
but
I
I'm
don't
not
know if
watching The
that's gonna
Conjuring for it.
happen.
I'm not watching The
I know you're
Conjuring.
a wuss. You're a
I
wuss.
know. I know, but
But
that's okay.
yes, it is in fact spooky season. So this week we thought that we would talk about some of our favorite parts of spooky season, which is the spooky season costumes, Halloween costumes.
They're so good. Like Halloween costumes are so fun, and Abby particularly has an affinity for truly making and becoming the best Halloween costume
Knocking
every
it out
year.
of the park. Knocking it
Like
out of the park, one could
like
say. Hmm.
truly every single year she has a talent that is unmatched. So we felt like this was a good thing to go into and talk about was like some of our favorite Halloween costumes that we've done and then what we think is going to be popular this year. Um, but yeah, let's dive into it then. Unless there's pop
Okay.
culture you need to talk about.
I don't think so. I don't think there's anything
Okay.
this week.
Yeah.
I mean, well, we could talk about Chapel Roan canceling her concerts, which, people were on her side for a long, long
For a
time.
long time.
She's pushed it too
And
far.
she's gone. She's
She's
lost
pushed it too
basically
far.
everybody.
So
People
for
think
those of
she's gonna
you,
quit.
yeah, for those of you who don't know, Chapel Roan, like 2 days or a day before her concert, like just canceled it because she needed a mental health day or something. And people were like, I have flown here, I've paid for hotels, I've paid for travel, like, and it's just not gonna happen. Like she just
Yeah.
didn't want to do it. So people
Yeah.
are very frustrated, which is understandable.
I yeah, no, I agree with them. I
Yeah.
don't know.
She flew too close to the sun with that one because everyone was on her side about the not approaching her thing. But
But
you have to
now
do your job. You
you
can't
have
just
see
not do your job.
I think that's where people are like really annoyed and like I feel a lot of annoyance and I'm not even like a big Chapel Roan girly, but like I don't know, it's just kind of it's been a lot of like her like she's wanted to be famous for so long. Like she's been trying for 10 years to make it big. And now she makes it and she doesn't seem to like it at all and keeps just bailing on people and
Yeah,
like
not even just doesn't seem to like it, refuses to do anything.
yeah. And I know it's not fair to compare an artist to what Taylor Swift has done, like with Eras and everything like that. But truly, the only reason Taylor Swift has canceled any Eras tours is when there was a full-on ISIS
Terrorist
terrorist threat.
attack?
Like not even just like a little one. It was like
No,
full
full
ISIS.
on.
They were
Yeah.
going crazy. So
Which the
that was
Americans discovered. So shout out to the CIA because the
we love.
Americans were looking out for the Americans in Vienna and ended up saving
And
a lot of lives. So
yeah,
shout out.
see, but that's a great, nobody was mad about that one being
No,
canceled because we're
absolutely.
like, oh,
Hmm.
no, that makes sense, you know? And so like, and there's just a lot of like, you just have to do your job. And
I know.
quite
I
frankly, at
think
this point, Chappell Roan isn't doing
she's
her job
not.
and it's just frustrating.
The only concert I think I've ever been to that was postponed was Ed
Ed
Sheeran.
Sheeran?
And that's
Yeah,
because his set fell into the crowd. Like there wasn't anything he
like
could do about that.
it was a safety issue.
It was, yeah, like OSHA shut him
Not
down. OSHA shut
like
him down.
not just because he didn't want to do it.
No.
He wanted to do the show. He just
Well, and
legitimately
that's
could
it.
not
And
do it.
like he said, like even like without the band, whatever, like him and his guitar will go up on stage and do an entire
Hmm.
acoustic set. Like it
Yeah.
was not, it was like OSHA literally would not let him perform.
Yeah. So
Stupid
I just
OSHA.
I think there's just, I think people have a lot of grace, but I think she's pushed it a little too
I think
far.
she's pushed it a little too far too.
Yeah. Also, one other pop culture thing that I think is hilarious that we need to keep tabs on. Ben and J-Lo went to brunch about a week and a half ago
What?
together.
I didn't see this.
Ben and J-Lo went to brunch. This is like a month after their divorce was announced, right? And I guess the entire time they were out, like they were at brunch on a balcony or whatever, and so people could see them. They were like
Mhm.
making out the whole time.
Okay. You
So
know, they are one of the messiest relationships I think we've ever seen. Like they just,
it's
there's something
crazy.
else.
It really is. But I think that's something we just need to keep an eye on. We don't need to talk a lot about it, but I think
Our little check-ins.
yeah, we just need to keep our eyes peeled for
Yeah,
more Ben and J-Lo brunch
that's so
days. I don't
funny.
know.
That's
So,
hilarious.
but yeah, kind of funny. So that's all I have on that, but I thought we should mention it.
I
But
agree. It is very important.
okay, so let's actually get into the Halloween costume and talk like topic for today.
Extravaganza.
Yeah. Abby, should we start with our favorite Halloween costumes? Should we go through
Yeah.
those?
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
that.
Do you have what's the first one on your list? I did like five of my favorites
Okay,
that
I was
we've
gonna say I
done.
have four.
Okay. I'll
So
go
you go
I'll go
first because you
first
have five.
because I have an
Hmm.
extra. Um, one of my favorites, it's not like a super important one, whatever, but when I was like 12, I was Tinkerbell and I just thought it was
I
so
remember
cute.
that. That was really
Like it
cute.
was
I
just
do
like
remember that.
cute vibes. I had a cute bun with like spiky,
Hmm.
like vibes are just cute. It had
That
no
was
like
cute.
real meaning behind it. I don't love Tinkerbell, but it was just cute. It just
Hmm.
like stands out as a cute costume
Yeah,
in my brain.
I remember that one. That was really cute.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
Tinkerbell
yeah,
was
yeah.
like your favorite for a while, wasn't it? You loved
Not
Tinkerbell.
really.
I feel like
Like
I
I
remember
think because
you.
I think it was because of the costume. Like
Oh,
have I ever really seen Peter Pan? Absolutely not.
no.
Like do I care at all? Not at all. But I thought Tinkerbell was so
Yeah.
cute. And then the costume happened and I was like, "Oh my heck." And then Tinkerbell was my personality for about 3 minutes and then it
Yeah,
moved on, you know?
I do. Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually seen Peter Pan. From what I understand, it hasn't held up very well, like most of those movies. But I feel like
Yeah.
Tinkerbell was kind of a mean girl, a mean little
That's
girl, is what I remember.
probably.
So it
I
was
don't.
fitting. It made so much sense. JK. Okay. Anyways,
Okay, Abby, what's
my
one of
first
yours?
one was I think I've mentioned on here before in the past. When I was younger, I was convinced I was going to be the next Hannah Montana. Like, truthfully, it was my calling, and nothing was going to stop me. And I was going to be the next Hannah Montana. So I was Hannah
Hmm.
Montana, I think 2 or 3 years for Halloween.
I believe it. You were Hannah Montana the year I was Tinkerbell.
There you go.
Do we have a picture together?
Maybe if I have time and remember, I'll insert pictures into the video here because
Oh,
there
there we
are
go.
some pretty iconic pictures, but
There are.
don't count on it. But anyways, so I was Hannah Montana. I had the wig, I had that fit, like the whole thing. And I took it so seriously. Because I really truly believed I was going to be Hannah Montana. Like that was the next move for me was to become Hannah Montana.
Naturally.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I took it very seriously. And I was Hannah Montana.
I love that.
Hmm.
I love that. Okay, next on my list, our mom, I think this is like a common experience, at least with a lot of people. Our mom for the longest time made our Halloween costumes. And I think myself for like 3 or 4 years in a row, I asked to be Cinderella. Like I wanted to be Cinderella. One year I was yellow Cinderella because she used yellow fabric instead of blue that year. But I was Cinderella so many times and they were just like the cutest, like I just loved those costumes. Like I hope that like that's something like I want to do when I'm older, when I like have kids is like make their Halloween costumes because I think it's
Hmm.
so fun.
Hmm.
Um but yeah, Cinderella was like a big one when I was like little,
Yeah.
little.
Okay, that
Yeah.
reminded me of another one. So now I'll have five.
Okay.
So when I was little, when Emily was Cinderella, I was just wanted to be generic princess. So basically, Judy just made me a ball gown every year, and I was generic princess. Because again, before I thought I was going to be Hannah Montana, I thought I was going to be a princess. So
Naturally.
I was prepared. So all of
Yeah.
my like dress ups, like I have this box of dress ups at my parents' house that has just all of my old costumes in it.
Hmm.
And they're just all princess dresses because I was
I
just a
love.
princess every year for Halloween.
We love that.
That was like genuinely probably like 4 or 5 years. I was generic princess
Yeah.
for
Oh
Halloween.
yeah.
Hmm.
I remember that for
Yeah.
sure.
Hmm.
For sure.
But yeah,
Okay, was
Judy
that
always killed those costumes.
she was
She was so good. She is so good. She
she's
just
yeah,
refuses to make me clothes now.
but it was so good. Like do you think she could make us ball gowns for Halloween so we could be generic princess in our 20s?
Maybe not this year because they're not coming home till the middle of October.
But next year?
But maybe next year. I would live to be a
Generic
generic
princess?
princess. I would live to be a generic princess.
I love that. I love that. So maybe that's what we can do next year.
Hmm.
Could be fun. Okay, my next one. This is again another Judy original. And I don't know if there has ever been a more iconic outfit than when I was 4 and my brother was 2, and we went as a bride and groom.
So cute. This is like the cutest thing in the whole entire world. We have a picture downstairs in our parents' house of just them with Emily with her little bouquet and her little wedding dress and Tyler
It
in his little suit.
the cutest thing of my entire
Like
life.
so precious. So, so
Like
precious.
like what a good like kids costume idea.
Hmm.
Like how sweet. Like I look at those pictures and I'm like this was truly I think when I peaked in life with Halloween costumes.
They are just adorable. Like so precious.
Like it was the cutest like bridal gown that she
Hmm.
made. Like she probably took generic princess and just made it
And
all
made it
white.
white.
Like but like it was so
Yep.
sweet. Like it had the bouquet and then Tyler had a top hat
It was so cute.
and he just wore his Sunday suit.
It was
Like it
so
was
cute.
it was so cute. Such a good idea. But yeah, that is like one of my
Hmm.
all-time favorite ones.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's a good one. That one's really precious.
Yeah. Abby,
Yeah.
what's your next one?
Okay, so in my teenage years, I went through a major I hate Halloween phase.
Not even
I
through teenage, like it lasted into the beginning of your 20s, I feel like.
No, well,
No?
no. Like, I mean, well, my
Like,
love for
meh.
Halloween came back as after I graduated high school. I don't
Okay.
know. It was the whole
Okay.
thing. I really hated Halloween and I refused to dress up. I refused to go out. Like, I just sat and cried all Halloween, basically. And I don't
Yeah.
know what my deal was, but I hated Halloween.
Yeah.
But
And as we know, Abby didn't cry. This is her tender year.
yeah, so the fact I was crying every Halloween was kind of a big deal. But so once I think it was 2019, I decided I'm going to take Halloween back. I'm reclaiming Halloween for myself.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm going to start making my own costumes. And I want them to be as beautiful and homemade as possible because this is my time to shine. And so for 2019, I decided I wanted to be Larry the Cucumber from VeggieTales. So bad.
It's
So,
so
so
good.
bad. So I went to the fabric store and I bought like 4 yards of green wool and then just sewed it in the shape of a cucumber, cut out a face hole, and then I face painted myself to look like Larry the Cucumber, all green. And it is one of the most horrifying but hilarious costumes I've ever done. Like genuinely, I think that's my favorite costume in the whole entire world was Larry the Cucumber.
I agree. I agree.
Like it is so funny, so iconic.
It's absolutely horrifying. Like truly, if you see the pictures, which I hope you have time to be able to put pictures in because the people need to see Larry. Like
Yes.
she at one point took the costume off but still had the makeup on.
Hmm.
And that's when it really gets scary. Like that
And
was
oh, this is so funny. So we decided because I was Larry the Cucumber, Judy was like a witch, I think, and
I was a witch.
you were
I
a
had my pink
witch.
hair. I was a
Yeah.
witch. I was like a witch, yeah.
We decided the world needs to see these costumes. So we went to
Yeah.
the grocery store and we go to the produce section and I lie down on the ground and stick a cucumber on my stomach and say, just a bunch of cucumbers lying in the produce aisle. It is so
It's so
funny.
good.
It is
It's so
so
funny.
funny.
And then there's one where she tried to like awkwardly sit in the cucumbers. Like she like kind of leaned in on like they're on the shelf and she's like leaning back into them trying to be part of them, like be
Hmm.
on
Just a couple
display.
cucumbers. Just a couple
Just
cucumbers.
just a couple cucumbers.
Exactly.
It's so
It
good.
was so funny. It really was so, so
It's
funny.
it's a really good one.
Hmm.
I applaud very
So
much
that's
that
that's
one.
honestly probably my favorite Halloween costume ever.
As it should be. I think it really is like
Hmm.
top tier
And if I
costumes.
ever need a quick costume, I have my cucumber outfit. So
So she's
I
ready
just
to
throw it
go.
on. I'm ready to go
Have
whenever.
you had to use it since?
I wore it in 2021 when we had our party
Oh,
because
yeah, you did.
we threw together a party in like 24 hours. It was pretty amazing, to be honest.
The fact,
But
yeah, it really was.
I did wear it then for a little bit. I don't know. It's like straight wool, so it's so hot. It is so blisteringly hot that it doesn't usually stay on very long. But I do have it
Yeah,
and
it's there.
we're ready. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I love that one. Okay, my next one. Now, I wouldn't say this is like a favorite, but it's very memorable. I think I was probably like eight, 8 years old. I was in second grade, I think. It was the first time I had got like I like bought a store-bought costume. It was a big deal.
Okay.
It was a very big deal, and I was Aurora from Sleeping Beauty, and it was such a cute costume. Like vibes were so
That is
high.
really cute.
We
I remember
loved
that.
such a good costume. Well, since we were in Utah, the weather is a little unpredictable in October,
It
and we
is.
had we had happened to have like a freeze, a cold, a cold front move in. And so my parents made me wear my bright blue snowsuit underneath my
No,
costume,
no.
which the costume had like sheer shoulders and stuff. So you like, I think I had a t-shirt anyway, to be fancy. But instead of a t-shirt, it was a bright blue snowsuit.
Snowsuit.
And all of the pictures is me just looking just so pissed off. I was so angry. There's not a single good picture from that Halloween because I was so mad about having to wear my snowsuit underneath my my dress. Like why I couldn't just wear a coat over my dress beats me. Had to wear this
Snowsuit
snowsuit
underneath.
underneath it all. And I look miserable. You've seen the pictures. I
Yeah,
look
it's so funny.
miserable.
So funny.
So I wouldn't say it's a favorite, but it's like a very like ingrained memory. Like it's a
Hmm.
kind of a classic Halloween costume when
Yeah,
I think about it. So
cute. Yeah. No, it's
okay,
funny. As you're talking, you're reminding me of all these Halloween costumes. So they're all
I
coming
know.
back to me now. But
I know.
so honorable mention. Me and my one really good friend, we dressed up like we would coordinate costumes. There were a couple years there we would coordinate costumes. So like one
Okay.
year we were genies, and
Oh.
this re it reminded me of it because dad made me wear a black leotard underneath it because the stomach was sheer. So dad made me wear a black leotard underneath it. Because me and Judy were like, can't she just wear a tan leotard? And he goes, I don't even want the impression that her stomach is out there. So I had to wear a black leotard under. It was hilarious. So we were genies one year, and then we were also babies one year. So we wore like
Oh.
big diapers and like we had like a bottle and things like that. It was really funny. I mean, we were like 8 or 9. Like it was really funny.
Okay. There you
Um,
go.
but those were funny. Honorable mention. Back to the main part of
Yes.
it.
Yes.
So 2020, following in the footsteps of Larry the Cucumber, I decide I also need to make an egregiously scary homemade costume again. So I decided that I really wanted to be Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. And for those of you who can't remember, he is the green ball monster. So I thought, obviously, the easiest way to do this is to paper mache a yoga ball and then paint the yoga ball like Mike Wazowski. And so,
Obviously. Easy.
obviously, so I spent the next like month and a half paper
Oh,
macheing this yoga ball.
it was
We
so long.
It took forever. I was like running, like going through the streets of Salt Lake looking for
Yeah.
newspapers because
Yeah.
I was paper macheing this giant yoga ball. And so we would sit down. It was hilarious. We would sit down and watch like Halloween Town or Twitches. Like we watched all of those movies that year because I was just paper macheing for hours and
Yeah.
hours on end. And so then I get the paper mache done. I paint it green. I paint the most terrifying face you've ever seen
Oh,
in the whole entire world on it.
horrifying. It's
I put little
horrifying.
horns on it, and then I get a green bodysuit,
A
like
morph
morph
suit.
suit, and put that on, and then put the thing on top of it. It was hilarious. It was so,
It's
so funny. The pictures are golden because
they
it
really
really
are.
only worked like from a certain angle, and
Yeah.
it was so funny.
It was
So
really
funny.
it was really like top notch. Like I like there like that period of your Halloween creativity was really at like an all-time high. And it was
It really
just like
was.
your dedication was something else because
It really
truly to
was.
Mod Podge, a whole yoga ball was really a feat. Like, and I just sat there on the
It
couch
was.
watching every day because I was like, I can't believe that she's doing this.
It was so funny. It was so, so funny. And then I just folded it up and threw it away. Part of me wishes I would have kept it, but like, where on earth would I keep
Where,
that?
yeah,
And
how could you store
like,
that?
but it was so funny. It was so funny. If I don't put
It,
pictures in here, maybe we'll do a post on Instagram,
oh yeah,
including
we can
some of
post them
these
on,
pictures.
yeah.
Um, but it was so funny. So I was Mike Wazowski one year. I had a theme for 2 years of green things,
Just being
homemade
green.
scary things. Um, but it was
So
incredible.
good.
So funny.
It really was. It was a good time. I think a couple of honorable mentions, because I'm out of like all my favorites. Do you have other ones still?
I have one more.
Okay, do your fa other favorite real
Okay.
quick.
Um, last year for Halloween,
See,
we
that was part of my, yeah.
okay, we were
Keep
on
going.
the tails of our Nashville trip, me, Emily, and Maddie, our Nashville trip. And we decided that we would continue our outfits from the Nashville trip. But for those of you who don't know, we went and saw the Jonas Brothers in Nashville in October last year. And we thought this is the perfect opportunity to dress up as the Jonas Brothers from the 2008 Disney Channel games.
Of course.
Um,
I mean, it really is the only time you're gonna do it. Like you have
Absolutely.
to do it.
So
Yeah.
Emily was Nick, Maddie was Joe, and I was Kevin.
Yes.
And we were so committed and so accurate to this. We had the exact like same kind of shoes. I had my sideburns because this was the mutton chops Kevin phase.
We
We
love.
had the wigs. We went full out and it was
Oh
so
yeah.
funny. So
Yeah.
that was a good one.
It was the most intense. Like it was
It really
so good.
was.
Like we were so dedicated. We loved it. So yeah, so we brought that to our Halloween party last year as
Hmm.
the Jonas Brothers again
Yes.
because after putting so much work into that costume, it couldn't just be for one night. We needed
No,
to extend it. So,
absolutely. And I wore it all day at work that day too.
did you
And then,
really?
yeah, because we had our Halloween party at work. And
Oh, it's so
so
good.
it was, I mean, I guess I didn't bring the wig to work, but I did wear the outfit to work.
There you go. There you go.
Um, but yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one because it was so unbelievably comfortable. Like, because we were just in a t-shirt and like basketball shorts. It was incredible.
It was really one of our better ideas.
Except the wig.
Like,
The wigs were wildly
do
uncomfortable.
you remember before we even got but while we were like putting our wig caps and braiding our hair and stuff, we literally all just took a bunch of ibuprofen
Yeah, we're
because
like,
we
we're
knew we were
just
gonna get headaches.
preemptively stopping the headache because they
So
were not
funny.
extremely
But yeah,
comfortable. But
so yeah, okay, so that was one of my honorable mentions because I just felt like that was amazing. Another one that I had is in 2022, we had a Halloween party as well, and that year we got all of our like close group of friends um to coordinate to be famous men. And so like I was Bob Ross, Abby was Mr. Clean, Maddie
mm-hmm,
was Post Malone, we had a friend
mm-hmm,
who was Guy Fieri. Adam
mm-hmm.
was Machine Gun Kelly. Like we had like this, it was like a really fun like group. Oh, Mr. Miyagi was our friend was Mr. Miyagi, and she was so mad because she just wanted to
She,
be something cute.
yeah, she's like, Halloween's the one time where you can be cute, and Mr. Miyagi is not cute. And we're like, true, but it'd be so funny. So,
So we got her. We told, but then in 2023, she came as a cute princess, so it was fine.
no, she was like a peasant girl
Ren
or
oh
something
no,
like that.
it was a Renaissance lady or
A
something.
Renaissance lady. That's what it
But
was.
it was a cute
It was very
Renaissance
cute.
lady.
Yeah. But
So
she
because
she enjoyed being Mr. Miyagi. We didn't force her to. She thought it was funny too. She got it.
she thought it
She
was
was in
good.
on the joke.
But it was just fun because we were just like our whole group just was this group of famous men. So that was an honorable mention that I have
Hmm.
as well because I just think it was funny.
That was
So
a good one. Yeah.
yeah.
Mr. Clean. I was Mr. Clean. The bald cap. It was
Oh,
iconic.
the white eyebrows.
The white eyebrows. It was so good. So good.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So that's kind of all I have for our Halloween costumes.
yeah, that's what I have as well. So
Okay, so now we thought this was actually Maddie's idea, but we thought it would be fun to kind of talk about like what we think are going to be popular Halloween costumes this year, kind of what we're expecting to see.
yeah,
So the first one that I had was definitely a lot of Taylor Swift. I think
oh,
this is something that's going to
tons.
be like for the next couple of years for sure. Every year
Yeah.
there's going to be a lot of Taylor Swift.
Well, I also just think that like everybody is needing to reuse their Eras Tour costumes.
Very true. Very, very
Like
true.
we all spent
Mhm.
so much time and money dedicating ourselves to these costumes that they need
They're
to
going to
it
be
kind of
worn again.
like our Jonas Brothers ones. Like
Yeah.
they need to be seen again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I kind of think because I on my list, I'm looking at it, I specifically just put Eras Tour. Like I just
Yeah.
think
Hmm.
Eras Tour is going to be a huge costume for the
I
next
agree.
while, but especially this year as
Hmm.
tour wraps up and people have costumes.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Um, So one that I put, and I think it's kind of a given, but I think it's going to be a thing, is like Deadpool Wolverine. I
Yeah.
think you're going to have a lot of duos doing that, even like women doing kind of like Blake Lively and Gigi
Gigi
Hadid at the
Hadid.
premiere, like
Hmm.
kind of doing their version of it. But I think that those are going to be pretty
Did we
popular
ever
this
did
year.
we ever decide why Gigi was at the premiere? Was it just for it to be there?
I think it was just to be there.
Okay, that's what I thought. But like where they were like dressed up, because I mean Blake Lively, obviously, Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool and she was in it too.
She was Lady Deadpool, yeah.
Yeah. But Gigi was
Yeah,
just there to be there. Just
just
wanted to
there.
coordinate, just to coordinate.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
I didn't think there was any particular reason, but
Yeah.
you know.
But yeah, no, I
Okay.
absolutely agree. I definitely think there will be a lot of Deadpool Wolverines.
Yeah, no, for
Hmm.
sure. For sure. Okay, Abby, what's your next one?
Okay, the next one I have is Elvis and Priscilla because Priscilla, the movie, came out this year. So
Oh, okay.
I mean, because we had quite a bit of Elvis when Elvis came out, when the Austin Butler movie
Austin
came
Butler
out.
one. Yeah.
But I feel like we're gonna have
A resurgence.
specifically Elvis and Priscilla this year
Couples
as
costume
a
kind of
couple's
thing.
costume. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. I didn't think about that one, but I can
Yeah.
definitely see that. Like I see
Yeah.
that happening for
Hmm.
sure. So, next on my list, I think we're gonna see a lot of Lily Bloom from It Ends With Us.
Hmm.
Because A, it was a very popular movie, but it's also just like a chaotic outfit that everybody can find from their closet.
Yes, the outfit has been memed so hard that everyone has to do it.
Yeah, and like everybody has everything you need for
Yeah,
it.
because
Like,
it's just the most chaotic bunch of stuff in the
yeah.
whole entire
So
world.
I, yeah. So I think that that's gonna be a big thing this
No,
year.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Ironically, Blake Lively on like half of these, but you know,
Yes. She had a big year. For
she
better or
did.
worse. She had
She
a
had a
big
big
year.
year.
Yes.
Very true.
Okay. The next one I had were Dune characters because Dune 2 came
Oh, it did.
out. So I'm like, there's probably gonna be a lot. Well, so right now, in Utah is FanX
Oh,
or Comic-Con. What's it called now? Is it FanX or
it's
Comic-Con?
FanX.
Okay.
It's FanX now.
FanX. So Salt Lake is awry with different characters and things like that. And I have successfully avoided it because oh, sorry. Okay. That's just it's just chaos. Salt Lake is just chaos this weekend.
Yeah.
But Maddie was talking about how she was just walking around because she walks around outside a lot for her work. And she just like kind of saw people that were kind of dressed up as something, but like could also just be people's expressing themselves. And then like she saw a lot more characters. And then it was reminded that it was FanX right now.
Yeah.
But
Well, because she
anyways,
works right by that
yeah, she works
area
right by
too.
the
So,
convention center. But
yeah.
and so but from pictures and stuff I've seen online of FanX, it's been a lot of Dune. A lot of Dune
Okay.
characters. Yeah. So I
Interesting.
think that will translate
Be a big one.
into Halloween.
Oh, do you know who was at FanX this year?
Who?
Nellie Olson from Little House on the Prairie. And I
What
just
on
think
earth is she doing at FanX? What
Nellie
on earth?
and Laura and Laura Ingalls.
What on earth? I can guarantee you 90% of the people at FanX have never even heard of Little House on the Prairie.
I
What
know.
on earth are they doing at FanX?
Well, I told mom about it and she goes, I have to get a ticket. So then she looked into it, but then it was while they were out of town.
Yeah.
So,
It's also mad expensive.
oh yeah, wild,
Mad expensive.
wild.
But
But yeah, I just thought it was funny
yeah,
that Laura and Nellie were there. So,
that is hilarious.
but yeah,
Crazy,
Dune.
crazy.
I can see that being a good
Yeah.
one this year,
Hmm.
being pretty popular. Okay, another one I have, mine are all pretty basic, but Wicked. I think Wicked because they're really bumping
Okay.
up the
Press.
like PR, the merch, like everything is like kind of coming out about Wicked. I think this year and next year are going to be big Wicked years. But I think that's kind of like I see a lot of like Glinda Elphaba
Duos.
friend duo costumes and
I
stuff.
agree.
So,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah. Yeah.
Um, I think we're definitely still going to have, off the coattails of last year, a lot of Barbie and Kens
Tons.
because there's just too many options for Barbie and Ken.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I think on this year, I think we're gonna see a lot of like Beetlejuice and Wednesday stuff again.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
I just think those are kind of, I feel like you see a lot of those anyway, but with the new Beetlejuice movie and the fact that
Hmm.
Jenna Ortega is in both
Yeah.
projects, I think
Hmm.
that's going to bring the Wednesday out a little bit more, even though there wasn't a Wednesday release this year,
Yeah,
I
I
think.
agree.
But
I agree. I also think in that same kind of vein, I think there's going to be a lot of Ghostbusters because they're coming out with a new Ghostbusters.
oh
So I
yeah, they
think there
are,
will be a
huh?
lot of like Ghostbuster, and there it's like the original Ghostbusters. Like it's
Oh,
a
is it really?
legit
Is it like
Ghostbusters. I know for
Bill
sure Bill
Murray
Murray's in
and
it.
okay.
I don't know about the other ones, but I know for sure Bill Murray's in it.
Okay.
So I think like it'll make like a comeback of like Ghostbusters. You know what I
Ghostbusters.
mean?
That's fun. That's
Hmm.
cool. That's cool. Okay, that's all I have on my list. Do you have other stuff, Abby?
Not really. Not really.
Okay.
I
Do
think since it was the Olympics, we'll have a lot of like Olympians and athletes, those
you're
kinds of
you're gonna
things.
have a lot of ray gun
Oh yeah.
breakdancers.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a lot of
Uh,
those.
so funny. I forgot about that.
Like
But
that's
like,
gonna be a very popular
yeah,
one, I
yeah.
think.
So like those kinds of things. But other than that, I think
Okay.
that's about it.
Yeah. I feel like there's not ton. Oh, this is one I did think of. There you're gonna see a huge resurgence in Beavis and Butthead because of the SNL sketch.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're gonna have
Hmm.
a lot of Beavis and Butthead this year.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I just that's I feel like gonna be a big one because that
Yeah.
SNL sketch was too good.
That like genuinely
Too good.
that SNL sketch was so fun. One of the funniest ones of the year for sure.
Almost ever. Like one
Yeah.
of the best SNL sketches
Genuinely.
ever.
And SNL is back. It started up again last night. Haven't
Oh,
watched it yet, but
I haven't either.
very, very excited that it's back. It was
I
really funny
know.
because Jean Smart, I think is her name, was the
Hmm.
host. And me and Maddie were talking about it because we love to watch it. And I was like, yeah, like the first episode, I can't remember. I was like, I know who the musical guest is, but I don't think I know who the um, host is.
Actress. Yeah.
And so we like looked it up and it said Gene Smart and Jelly Roll. And I was like, okay, I know who Jelly Roll is. I'm like, but I don't know who Gene Smart is. Like, who is that? Like, and I thought it was a man this whole time. And so then I was scrolling Instagram and I had like an ad for it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Martha Logan. Oh my gosh, I
That's it.
do know who
That's
Gene
where she's
Smart is.
from.
It's Martha Logan.
I could not figure out where I knew her. It has
Hmm.
been racking my brain all week to try and figure out who this lady is because I have watched her. I was like,
Hmm.
I've seen her so many times. I've seen her holding like a glass of wine and she's acting all snooty and rude. Like,
Hmm.
where is it from?
It's
Martha
Martha
Logan.
Logan. It is Martha
Oh
Logan.
my. Wait, this makes so much sense because I have watched some clips because they started posting clips when I was waking up. And so I was like watching clips this morning, and there's this one sketch that like is hilarious now knowing that it's Martha Logan. Because not before I was like, this is kind of weird, like this isn't great, but knowing it's Martha Logan, it's hilarious.
Okay, don't spoil
Oh,
anything because I haven't seen it.
I'm not going to,
And I wanna
but
watch it. But
oh my gosh. That's crazy. I did not realize that was her.
yeah, it was so funny. So I was like, well, not only is it a woman, I thought it was a man just hearing the name. But it's Martha Logan.
Oh my gosh,
So if you
that's
watch
so funny.
24, it's Martha Logan. And
She's probably been in so many other things, but we only know her
probably, but
from
I only know her
24.
from, well, she must be in something because why on earth is she hosting
She
SNL? Like,
hosting. Yeah, it's
yeah.
true.
So she must be in something. But she's like one of the best characters in 24.
She's
So
so good. So
it was
good.
really funny when I saw that. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Martha Logan.
That's it has been bugging me. So I'm glad you
Hmm.
told me because I've
Yep.
literally been so obviously not confused enough to like
Hmm.
think to like Google her, but like it's been bugging me that I
Yep.
don't know where she's from.
Yep.
So
And
there we go.
also, Chapel is going to be the musical guest in the next couple weeks. I can't remember, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes down.
We'll see if she
Um,
shows up.
because who knows? Who knows? She doesn't have a great track record right now. So
Well, she has a good track record for things that put her on TV.
that's true. That is true. She does always show up to TV. Her actual concerts, yeah, not so
But
much.
TV, she'll be
TV,
there.
she's there. She's always there.
Oh man. But yeah. Okay. Well, Abby, do you have any other thoughts about costumes and stuff this week?
I
Like
don't think
what we're
so.
looking at?
Do you know what you're dressing up as?
Here's the thing. I don't. I did send you the idea of being Timothy Chalamet in the rap
Smoked cheddar.
round, the smoked cheddar in Round
Hmm.
Table, which I think could be a fun
I think
costume.
that's hilarious. I say go for it.
The problem is literally nobody will know who I am, and I'll just
That's
look like a
true.
doofus.
That's true. Get Maya to dress up as Guap.
That's an idea. Maybe that's
Yeah.
what we'll do.
Because I feel like as a duo, it makes more sense than
It
just
does.
on its
It
own.
just, yeah. So, but yeah, do you know what you're doing?
I don't. I don't know. I'm trying to decide like what if I even want to do anything because we're not having a Halloween party this year. So it's like, do I even want
Oh,
to
you're
do
not.
anything for Halloween or do I just want to sit and hand out candy? So I don't know. If worst comes to worst, I'll throw on my cucumber costume and be
You
generic
know,
cucumber
do you
again.
know what you should do? You should be Larry the Cucumber, do the face paint and everything,
Hmm.
hand out candy to the neighborhood kids, like at your house,
Hmm.
and really just scare them off. Like,
Just
just,
really traumatize them. This
yeah,
very wholesome show about the Bible is going to wreak terror
yeah,
on the kids in my neighborhood. Maybe I'll do
absolutely.
that. Maybe I'll do that.
Could be
So I
fun.
don't know. We'll see. We still have a month to decide, but
You've got this.
we'll see.
Okay. Well, I think that's all we have for you guys today.
Yeah,
Follow us
let us
on
know what your Halloween
Instagram.
costumes are, or if you have
Oh,
good
yeah.
ideas. I need ideas for Halloween costumes. So
I do
if you
too,
have
because I
good
don't know if
ideas,
I don't know if I can pull
yeah,
mine off.
yeah,
So,
let
ideas,
us
please.
know. Let us know. But follow us on your streaming platform and social media. It's just 801 Diaries Podcast. And then subscribe on YouTube. And I think that's it.
I think that's all.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alrighty.
cool. Well,
Okay. Bye, guys.
bye.